Let's talk quickly about blood volume. A 200-pound person like myself typically has around 6 liters of blood, which are represented by these bottles. The goal with a life-threatening bleed is to keep as much of this volume inside your body as possible. So how much time do you actually have? Well, a condition called hypovolemia, hypo meaning low, volemia meaning volume, low volume, can occur with as little as a 10% blood loss, a 10% of your blood volume lost. And hypovolemia can then lead to hypovolemic shock, in this case hemorrhagic shock, because that hypovolemia is caused by loss of blood, typically a rapid loss of blood. That can occur in as little as 1.2, so basically one of these and a little bit of this one. If that much blood has been lost, then you're definitely hypovolemic, and you have the possibility of developing hypovolemic shock, which without treatment can oftentimes be fatal. It's a very dangerous condition, and we're talking about shock. We're not talking about emotional shock. We're talking about medical shock, in this case hemorrhagic. So it does get dangerous with the loss of 1.2 liters. At some point between the loss of 2 liters and 3 liters, so it's probably somewhere in the vicinity of this being lost. So with 1.2 being lost, I can go ahead and pour that out. It's taking longer than I thought it would take. It's all about the visuals. Now that has no weight in it, the wind will blow it off. And a little of this. So with a loss of about 1.2 liters, you're at danger of developing hypovolemia, which could lead to hypovolemic shock, and that hypovolemic shock is a life-threatening condition if not treated. You definitely have some problems with that. So our goal is to stop it well before this. Now at some point with about 2/3 of your blood loss, most people are going to develop a condition called syncope, which is passing out. You don't have enough volume to maintain your pressure, to oxygenate your brain, and you tend to pass out. So that occurs somewhere in that 2nd liter of blood loss. So somewhere in there is the point at where you are going to pass out. So why is that dangerous? Well, if you're in a self-aid situation, if you're by yourself, then you're no longer able to help yourself, and this is just going to continue to drain out, all right? And if you're in a buddy aid situation where you're helping another person, once they pass out, they're definitely at danger of hypovolemia and developing hypovolemic shock from that, so that is another concern. So you definitely want to stop it before you get to this point. If you're in that self-aid situation by yourself, you could pass out at any point in that 2nd liter of blood loss. So it's very important to keep this volume in. Once you get down to where you've lost 40 to 50% of your blood volume, let me set that up. Once you've lost 40 to 50% of your total blood volume, you're going to die. It's going to happen. It's irreversible at that point. Even with higher medical care, with a loss of 40 to 50% of your blood volume, higher medical care, including transfusions, a lot of times, most of the time, I would say, this is not something that you're going to come back from. So well before this point, you need to take care of that bleed as fast as possible. The blood volume is precious, and it's important that you understand at what point you're going to develop hypovolemia, which can lead to hypovolemic shock, at what point you're going to pass out in a self-aid situation, and at what point you're going to die, and it's not going to be something that anybody can bring you back from.